morning, everyone. I knew you'd tune back in. I'm so fascinated by yesterday and today and this Bible that I've been reading. Okay, I'm not reading. I had you there for a second, but no, I'm not reading it, partly because I can't lift it, and partly because it's in German. But this, again, is, well, Larry, what actually...
What Gutenberg did was to print each page for the family, and then they would do their artwork because each family would design the page.
Oh, that's where that...
Yeah, and so what they do with each, and they printed it, he would sell it to them, and they would just get sheets for the whole Bible.
And then they put it together. So the bindings might have been different.
All the bindings were
each.
different. We've seen about 3 or 4, but Huntington Library has the original one on pigskin, and what they did, this is wood with pigskin stretched over it, and then you see the different designs. And these were all made and casted.
So, folks, what Larry is saying, and you jumped ahead a little because this is a copy of the original Gutenberg Bible that was printed in the
1455 was finished.
1455 was finished. Isn't that amazing? And then yesterday we talked about how that impacted printing. But Joann, I was fascinated. Well, I'm fascinated by a lot of the information you have. But what were you saying about President Truman?
Well, we found it very interesting. They said when Harry S. Truman took the oath of office as president in 1949, a peaceful balance was maintained by using 2 Bibles, a small English one for the Protestant Bible and a facsimile of the Gutenberg Bible for the Catholic Bible.
That is really interesting because, of course, the Gutenberg Bible was printed in the language of the people.
Yeah.
And so, but anyway, I appreciate what he was trying to do, and so again, the Bible has been impacting the world in so many ways, and this is just another. What? Yeah, got any more interesting?
Well, first of all,
tidbits?
First of all, it consists of 1,282. They call it folio pages, and I think folio describes the 2 columns within it.
Oh,
I understand. And
1,000 pages.
And the survival rate of the Bible has been high, and it's been 1 in 4 after 500 years have made it to different various areas, of libraries and personal.
Is that right?
And 14 of them are in the United States.
That is just amazing.
And
14 out, because initially, didn't you say it was, or did you just say 35?
35 that were finished were the vellum, which was the rawhide. And it took numerous sheets to do just one book in the vellum. But Huntington, we all know of Huntington Library. He had 2 of the original paper, but he wanted the vellum. And in an auction in 1911, he was able to acquire the 2 vellum for $50,000. And people at that time thought it was outrageous to pay for a book of that nature.
Can you imagine? So is the original in the Huntington Library?
Yes, both of
which
them
is in Arcadia, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a worthwhile trip.
And there are some that are incomplete. Not that he has, that some people have of original, but still makes them very valuable.
I would think 50,000. That'd be a curious thing what that is worth in today's dollars, but I'm thinking that might be 50 million.
That's
right. That's what Larry thought too.
I'm not at all. I think that could easily be the case.
Yeah.
So
what amazes me, Rick, is the size and the weight of this, and yet people were able to carry them around or move them around.
It was so valuable, and like you said, prior to this, they were handwriting.
Yes.
Handwriting. And of course, in some areas, in fact, I know as a fact that even in China today, many of the scriptures are handwritten because they just don't have enough Bibles. So they spend time doing that. And it's worth it. It's worth it. we value the Word of God. What else have you?
Well,
Any other interesting?
well, mainly the
facts?
man that began it, Gutenberg. That's where the name
German.
originates from. How he struggled and strived to bring it to a printing success, and yet lost it out of because he couldn't pay the taxes and he had a lender, and the lender then took it over.
Because
But
it
then
took a lot of money.
Yes, it took 2 years to just make some of the pages. So they
2
all that
years on
money
a
that they had
page.
invested was just sitting there, and none was coming in. So
Friends, I hope you're listening to the effort that went into producing this. We have so many Bibles
yes,
in our own
today.
homes, and often we don't hardly pick them up. We don't think of the value that they hold, and that's a shame on us.
Yes.
When you hear of what they did for this. And so, Larry, how long have you had this replica?
40 years.
But a valuable thing.
40 years.
In and of it, 40 years.
Yeah. A close friend of mine in Switzerland financed the company, not Gutenberg, financed the company to do reproductions of it.
I see.
And, of course, he wound up owning the company. So he sent me 2 of them, and I have a couple other things to show you later.
Well, tell the reason why he sent them to you.
Well, he felt that we could make arrangements to put them in different libraries.
Oh.
And take it from there. So I did go to Huntington Library. I did look at the one and it's a duplicate of this almost exactly. The cover, well, not the Venom.
The original you're
yeah.
talking about.
The thing that you don't realize that he created the lettering. Because the Chinese, what they were doing was using wood, or and so
in the printing process.
In the printing process. And of course, the most exciting part about it was that he turned around and took wine barrels for his press, and he had the press that they used for pressing wine, and that's how he did each sheet.
Eventually,
Yeah.
there's more to it than that.
I cut it short.
Well, it's got to be a wonderful keepsake for you. Obviously, you've had it 40 years.
40 years.
And it's something you'll pass on to someone, I assume.
Probably a member of the family. The difficulty is the space.
Yeah. It's not something you move around easily.
Yes, I saw you wheeling it in. with that's very smart. I went to move it myself. And whoa, I can't lift this. Not from a sitting position anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just amazing, and I really do thank you. So, what else have you got?
Well, I think you covered most of it, other than, as I said with Gutenberg, the sad thing about it is that when he died, he was 69 years old, and he died in obscurity. And yet here's a man that developed something that's world renowned and historically renowned. So that's something for all of us to be aware of, that who was the individual that began it.
And so, folks, as we think about the Bible, and this was just a good reminder for us all, wasn't it? These last couple days, and I
Absolutely.
hope you see yesterday's show if you didn't, because some of the facts pertaining to this are so fascinating. But it's such a reminder that the Bible is like no other book in the history of the world, written by over 40 authors from all walks of life, rich, poor, whatever. This story never contradicts itself. It has life-giving tips on the way to live your life. I hope you're not wasting what God has given to us. Let's all be people of the Bible, and we don't have to read it in German.
Luckily.
Nor Greek. Nor Greek or Hebrew.
Yeah.
So let's thank you for tuning in. Every day we start with a verse from this book, but in English. See you tomorrow, everyone. Tune back in.